Holy News Week, and welcome down to the Chain Dogs podcast here on the YouTube channel. If you are listening to this on Spotify, hop over and watch this video on YouTube, because today we're going to be going through quite a lot of news across the theme park industry, and we're going to be showing some videos and different posts and stuff that have come out of IAAPA today. So yeah, please do check that out. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm joined by James and Mikhail today.
Hoi.
You all right, mate?
Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah. How's it going? How's it going, chat?
Running around everywhere. I literally just got back in the house. And
You take your time,
had to just do myself a quick breakfast. And like 5 minutes ago, my room was a shit tip.
So was mine. You wouldn't know. As it was like half an hour ago, but yeah.
So,
Life's busy, isn't it? You know, everyone's got stuff on. Guys, do me a favor, like this video as well. And we're almost at 500 subscribers, which is like, that's crazy. That is so insane. So thank you so much if you are. Yeah.
420.
420. The vape's going. Yeah. So hope everyone's doing well. We've got 9 people watching at the moment. I'm sure more people will tune in. We'll just hang about a little bit before we start.
Traumatica.
Yeah, everyone seems to be at either Europa, IAAPA, or somewhere like Halloween Horror Nights. For some reason, a lot of people there this year from over here.
that's always the case now. That's been the case the last couple of years. When I was on social media, I just see every like third or fourth post is some UK enthusiast Halloween Horror Nights. And it's like,
yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. But yeah, right. Well, we're 3 minutes in, so I think we should go for our first video, which is going to be going over Siren's Curse, which is what Cedar Point announced the other day. They were just like, yeah, you know what? We're going to build a tilt coaster. Here it is. Without any hype or anything like that. So we're just going to check that out. Doesn't have audio, so if you want to talk over it, guys, feel free. There we go. It has audio on mine.
Very dramatic shot of the tilt and a false advertising of Top Thrill 2 running.
Yeah. For your listening on podcast, like I said, you might want to go and watch this video on the YouTube channel, because that's true. You could see Top Thrill 2 running. This layout looks really fun.
Layout is very new gen Mac.
Yeah, Mac.
Vekoma. Because we've mentioned Mac.
I was like, did he say Mac or that? Like, very new gen.
New gen, that. That's like, very new gen, bro.
It's very new gen, that. Yeah, the layout looks amazing. The only issue I have with it is this is meant to be the one that was going to Angelandia.
I mean, you can tell, right?
I'm annoyed that it's going over to America.
It's now in Ohio.
Yeah.
Not
I always had it close-ish.
I love the LEDs on the train, though. That's really cool. That's definitely in Angelandia.
See, what the funny thing is, it was to my understanding of what's being said. Holy shit! What's been said, like amongst just people in the community, like it was originally bought by Energylandia,
yeah,
and then they cancelled that purchase before any of the parts that had already been fabricated for it had been shipped to the park.
Yeah,
so that purchase got cancelled, and then Six Flags picked it up for Six Flags New Mexico. It then got shipped to Six Flags Mexico, and then some local apparently things like planning applications and planning permissions hadn't been approved yet, like before the different track pieces had actually reached the park. So it was kind of there and not being able to be built or anything. And then now at the last minute, given how like disappointing of a rollout Top Thrill 2 has been for Cedar Point, it kind of seems as though, I guess according to speculation, it seems as though Cedar Point saw an opportunity to make up, so to speak, for the lack of a new coaster in 2024. So we're like, hey,
yeah, that's a good point.
25, while we're still working on Top Thrill 2.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
I mean, the layout looks amazing.
I really like the layout. Yeah.
Very, very fun. Like, the tilt element looks really cool. Although, from what I was understanding, apparently the Energylandia one was meant to be a completely different tilt system.
All right. Really? How so?
What do you mean?
There was like prototype stuff from ages ago where instead of it basically going on and the pivot point being in the center of the track, it was basically going to be a giant lift. So the entire track piece would lift up with the train level, and then it would tilt over to 90 degrees over like an arc at the top.
Oh, so I haven't. That's so funny. So I haven't. Weirdly, I haven't heard anything about that.
I think this was years ago.
Like the Energylandia specific tilt coaster is supposed to be that system. Whereas I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'll explain why in a sec. Where it just like a lift, and then it like
just tilts the track into place. Then just
So the reason I know exactly what you're talking about is because a friend of mine has been developing a No Limits 2 project for I don't know how long now, like literally years, that uses that system. And it's like, as I was looking at it, like, okay, why do you not work for a manufacturer? Who comes with how do you just sit at home and come up with something like that?
Yeah, legit.
It's all fully themed up and everything. I was like, you are a wizard, Harry. Like how do his name's not actually Harry. But I was like, how what the fuck? Like there are some true wizards in the No Limits 2 community to come up with bullshit like that and be able to obviously use scripting and 3D rendering to theme up everything within No Limits 2 and everything. I was just like, that is insane. And it did kind of make me think, how was that not like the tilt coaster concept has been flirted with for decades at this point.
For sure.
How is that not materialized? How is that specific idea not materialized into something yet?
Yeah, I know. Like, and it's such an easy gimmick, isn't it, to sell a coaster? Like this, look what it does. It tilts, and everyone goes, "Whoa!" Everyone's either going to go.
Look at the path. Look at the path placement right underneath the drop on this. Like that thing's gonna tilt. You're gonna be looking down the drop, and you're gonna have literally like an entire midway right in front of you.
Yeah,
people are gonna be able to stand at the base of that drop and look straight up at the train. That's crazy to me.
That is pretty crazy, and it's going to be one of two reactions, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's going to be like people who ride Oblivion and people who don't because it looks scary and intimidating.
It's
gonna have that same effect. Yeah, not a chance. You're not getting me on that.
Exactly, especially with like
that's the view you're going to get, Kyle.
Especially with the quote unquote like heavy quote unquote broken track pieces. People are like, general public are going to look at that and just like, yeah, probably not for me then.
I don't agree with that one. Read too many mirrors.
Super intimidating. Also, people, I've seen a lot of people going on about the placement of this ride next to Valravn and it's the same gimmick and like it's not going to look as intimidating next to Valravn. That's tall. I'm not buying that for one second. You know how many coasters at Cedar Point have vertical drops?
Yeah.
There's so fucking many. There's Steel Vengeance, there's Top Thrill 2, Millennium Force is damn near vertical.
Rob.
There you go. I'm not buying it for one second. How many?
Rob's doing it just.
How many coasters at Cedar Point? The entire park have vertical drop.
Yeah, like I mean, let's be honest. If you put anything near Top Thrill 2, it's not going to look as intimidating, is it? You know what I mean? Like, that is literally is it in the center of the park? Top Thrill?
This slap bang in the middle of the park.
Yeah. I thought it was. Yeah, Yeah, what's interesting as well.
Valraven's not on the other side of the park from Top Thrill 2. What does that look like next to that fucking 400 plus foot spike that they've just slung in there?
Yeah. I think Valraven comes up in a
once you like, it's not like the two drops are facing each other. Like once people get to that path that I spoke about, looking right up at the drop, it's not gonna matter. Like it's not gonna matter.
You're probably not even gonna see it from like the Valraven by the looks of it from the station area. Like it's hidden away.
Yeah,
it'll be hidden away by it. If you look there, you look at the thing. What I find interesting with this is, and James mentioned this offline a couple of days ago, is the fact that it goes quote unquote underground.
Through the little tunnel.
Yeah, which is interesting for an island.
So what is also interesting is the original proposed stats for this coaster when it was at Energylandia compared to what it is now. It is taller and faster. So I'm thinking they might have raised the coaster up a bit so that they didn't have to do as much tunneling, because you can't really tunnel on that.
Sorry, I could just imagine Vekoma's engineers in their software just pressing page up. Just then sending it back to see
page up.
But yeah, so raise it up so you don't have to build as much because of the water table and stuff at the park.
Yeah.
But also the fact that it's quicker. So have they reprofiled the drop?
I mean,
raising it up won't necessarily make
bullshit it on. I almost said Cedar Fair then. Cedar Point's part.
Oof, rip. Yeah.
Because it's gained a few miles an hour between the two lots of stats. So unless it's just
the air density in Ohio is like different.
I don't know.
Even
though it's not even been built yet. It's just like
the air gets real thin right at sea level. You didn't know that?
No.
No, you spent enough time at Blackpool, no?
That's true.
The air just gets very salty.
My hair gets thin at sea level. I know that much.
I think that's just marketing.
Yeah, I think so. This layout though, man, this Vekoma are knocking it out the park with pretty much everything they're doing at the moment.
I said this to somebody else that the layout look in terms of its layout direction and like element choices, I think it looks like a really good layout, but it's gonna depend. Like it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be a really fun ride regardless. It like just looking at what it does. But what's gonna decide if it goes from just being a really fun ride to like we're talking like top 3 in the park, like you know, like getting onto like great, like really like notably great coaster, is how fast it paces through it. Because the animation, well, these like rendered videos that we've all seen, that one that we was just showing looks it almost looks like it's sped up. Like just in the leading promo video for it, but they also released a like an off-ride like uncut B-roll video for it as well, where it looks much more like normal. Like that lift hill looks sped up. That looks sped up to me. But in the other off-ride B-roll video, the lift hill looks like much more like the speed it will regularly, just like. You know,
I mean, to that point, the train was going around quite slow. People were walking slower on the B-roll.
In the B-roll shot, the train still looked to be taking the elements pretty fast.
Yeah,
so
it's
like how fast it paces throughout the layout, and like you know how quickly it takes these really low rolls, like after the big elements and stuff, is going to dictate what level of ride experience it gives. Because that's the case with these Vekomas. I mean, like the bread and butter is in how smooth the rides are and like dictating how fun they are. But what can really take them to another level is just the speed that they pace at. Now, Let Coaster is an anomaly, but that is really what does it. Like the transitions and the like roll rates on all of the rolls and transitions and stuff, like they aren't on the Vekoma don't operate on the level of Intamin and Mach and RMC and like those like you know top level groups of coasters in terms of the unpredictability of their experience.
Yeah.
They're much more smoother transitions. They're much more predictable. But when the rides pace fast, and again, Let Coaster is a quote unquote mistake because like all of the coasters that have come after that have they tend to not be as intense and not as pace as quick. But if the speed that this thing is moving at in the 3D animations holds true, and I'm not holding out hope that it will because I don't want to get my hopes up. It might be onto something if it does, though.
Yeah, I mean, onto that point with Vekoma, they released this awesome show reel as well. No audio, unfortunately, guys, but go and watch this.
Yeah, I don't know if they try copyright this.
It's fair play.
Being weird.
Yeah, it's just one of them things. Yeah. So it's the audio being jank on our end, unfortunately. We tried to get it work, but we couldn't. But this just shows you like the vast amount of product they now have, like across the board.
They just need to remove fast restraint.
Yeah. I encourage you all to go and watch this video because it is really good.
It was very well put together.
I can't remember if I had a problem with the vest restraints or not. I don't think I did.
I don't have issues. I know some people find them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Especially women, but also like on Abyssus, there are some moments where the vest restraint did kill it because it has such good ejector, and it's just like I wanted to be thrown, but the vest stopped me.
Oh, like in terms of it, just like just on your shoulders.
Yeah, I was just like, I was about to be thrown out, and then it just went. Oh.
Yeah.
If I had a lap bar, I'll be folded over, and that'd be great. But no.
Yeah.
I had a vest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like for me, they just it's weird. I really want to ride Nafiana Force at Emerald Park because it looks like they've taken that STC model and kind of push the envelope a little bit in terms of like how quick the transitions are in turns, in the rolls and stuff. Some friends of mine who I've seen ride it say it doesn't ride much different to like Halzuberkopf at Trips Drill. It's still got that same like predictable like roll design of like previous Vekomas, but a lot of other people are saying that it rides much better. So like it depends. I want to form my own opinion on it and see how.
Have you ridden any of these new gen STCs?
Not the STCs. So I haven't ridden Halzuberkopf and I haven't ridden Nafiana or Nafina Force, or however it's pronounced. But Nafina Force looks like an from my vantage point, looks like an improvement on what Halzuberkopf did quite well, or an enhancement on it at least. So what that tells me is that the layout design department is seeing how they can elevate themselves in terms of how dynamic their transitioning on their element design is and stuff. And it'll be interesting to see how the new Siren's Curse rides and stuff, and how if at all in terms of the element design it improves on the likes of Phoenix and Let Coaster being an anomaly, but Phoenix and Abyssus and the rest of the sit downs and stuff, if at all.
Yeah, I'm very. It's one of the one that's opened at Emerald Park is
they flashed the new Groneland launched sit down in that video as well, by the way.
Yeah. Really cool. There's loads of new rides, and like Vekoma, just since I've rode Fly, like has really got the taste buds going for what the other rides feel like Let Coaster and stuff. I've not ridden it, but I really want to. I know it's completely different, but it's opened my eyes a little bit to what these new gen Vekomas are doing, and like Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood and stuff like that. It's just all different kind of things that they're doing. It's just really good stuff. Every ride they've put out has had a very positive reaction to it. That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
And it seems like the positive reaction isn't just from enthusiasts. It seems to be across the whole industry.
Yeah.
And I even forgot like Vekoma did Tron. Like I saw them opening the restraints then on Tron's light cycle, and I was like, Jesus, like. So I have ridden a new a new
and Guardians.
Yeah, that's true. Guardians as well. So yeah, I mean, if you just name them two rides, like just bucket list coasters for a lot of people in some respects. And Fly was a bucket list coaster for me. So all these other coasters that are coming out now, like at Emerald Park and stuff, they're obviously affordable and they're obviously hitting the target market like spot on. So big shout to Vekoma, man. Keep doing what you're doing because I'm excited for the future.
I've not done the STC, but I've done new SFCs.
Right.
The one at
very fun.
Wonderlandia, Dragon. That, like, the drop on that, I was on the back row the first time I rode it.
I was going to say we were in the back.
I was not paying attention either. I was looking out over the park, so I didn't realize about the drop.
Were you trying to count how many creds there are still?
I was literally like, looking over, and then all of a sudden, I'm just being being thrown over this drop. And I was
dragged down
what
the drop.
Fuck? This is a kid's ride, family ride.
Yeah, and it's funny, isn't it?
Kids ride with an overbank on it, which is hilarious.
Really. And that it's intense.
And it's funny because like even companies like B&M now with like Penguin Trek and with Phoenix as well at Busch Gardens, like they're seeing this gap in the market for family attractions, but family thrill-ish, like that everyone can enjoy, and they look good as well. Like I just hope, I don't know, I'm a big fan of like family coasters or coasters that do what they do really well. Like I hate coasters that try and be other coasters and just fail. Whereas Vekoma is always just, it's a Vekoma. This is what it's going to ride like. It's always going to be smooth. It's always going to be fun. I mean,
new
Luna is Luna Vekoma?
Yeah, new Vekoma.
Yeah. Luna was Vekoma, wasn't it? Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Liseberg?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's just it does what it does really well, and you can't imitate that. It's a good ride. Good feeling, good seats. It's just great. I'm really excited for Vekoma. I feel like they're really hitting the ground running with all these new attractions.
Yeah.
One thing I find funny on the embellishment, just to backtrack a little bit, just going on the embellishment of the ride stats and stuff on Cedar Point's part, is that they included the tagline of, what was it, tallest and fastest tilt coaster in North America. Yeah, I think it was specifically in North America.
North America,
not acknowledging obviously to like
what's going to be
out Gravity Max, like from being included in it as well. But what's funny is that in doing that, they went with like tallest and fastest tilt coaster in North America. Brother, it's the only one. Like, the others haven't been built yet.
Isn't Cotalands opening next year?
I'm not 100%
line with it.
It hasn't.
It's being built.
Haven't started building it yet.
I thought it was.
Oh,
like,
Google in on it.
If it's supposed to open next year, then they better get a shift on, because I don't think
better get a shift on. Mikhail turns up in a hard hat.
I know they started building.
What was that, James?
I know they've started building Pandemonium.
Palindrome,
that's the one.
Yeah.
Have they? I think they've got the track delivered.
Yeah. Is it black? I remember it being
black with.
I assume you're looking at photos of it.
Yeah.
I don't think they've started. I don't think they've gone vertical with it yet. I can't
current planned opening is 2025.
Is next year.
So it will be opening with around the same time as Cedar Points. So it kind of makes sense for them to.
Yeah,
I suppose. They obviously know.
It was scheduled to open in 2023, apparently.
Oh yeah. It's like 2 years too late.
That's been late.
Wow. Okay, well, from Vekoma, let's now talk about some stuff that's come out of IAAPA this week.
a lot of Mac stuff.
a lot of Mac stuff.
Oh,
I've
and
I've
also
just
the
seen
name
something.
of Wallaby Holland's.
Oh my goodness!
Julie
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'd forgotten about that. No, you don't understand how much that killed me the other day. It just took me right back because I used to laugh at those adverts as a kid,
Yeah.
just like how weird that tagline was.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Wallaby Holland's new dueling raptors are going to be called Yoy.
Yeah.
Y-O-Y.
Why oh why?
Why oh why? That is the
Why
question.
oh why?
Who knows
Did
what
you
that? Who in the chat knows what that means? 10 points to you if you can explain it.
10
So
points to
you're-
Gryffindor if you can actually tell us that.
I don't know why they're called. Why oh why?
Well, let's look at this crazy high five moment that I've got pulled up on my screen at the moment, which is the new Mac launched water coaster.
Oh yeah.
How are we feeling about this?
Oh, it looks alright. It looks like a bit of fun. Like it looks like a fun concept.
Yeah,
I don't really understand the need to put a bunch of launches on a water coaster, but
why not?
why not?
Yeah.
It does look like a fun, like that little. You've got a high five moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Be interesting to see how many times that actually, duels with itself.
Oh, don't.
Rob, that is so true. Isn't
But,
Yoy the sound SpongeBob's drawing makes? I think it is. I'm fairly certain it is.
Oh yeah, no, I think it is.
Yoink.
I think you're right. Yeah. So for anyone tuning in, we've just been through Pacoma's Siren's Curse and talking about Pacoma. Now we're talking about Mac's new launch water coaster. It's interesting. It just looks very weird. It looks very strange to me. It looks very strange. Like
It looks like
it looks an expensive thing.
It
Like,
looks like they
very-
want to show off the fact that they've put multiple launches on a water coaster at the expense of the layout doing very little else.
next to nothing. But like
That's what it
the
looks
price of
To be fair,
steel and
water
stuff.
coasters don't really tend to do much anyway.
No, the water coaster
they're
is
meant-
a gimmick
they're-
to the end of a log flume, really, like a Journey to Atlantis and stuff like that. It's something to add on to the end, and the one at Efteling, can't remember what it's called, Flying Dutchman? Yeah. That one is kind of like the gimmick at the end, where it does something different, but it's like a dark ride or a log flume going round. Like, but to see an actual full-on layout,
Yeah.
is
To Planet Plitcam's question, I actually saw the post from Mark this morning on Facebook, and yeah, the way they worded it is stupid because they said I have it in front of me verbatim. It says, "Exciting news: Frizzy Park Plon will launch the world's first water coaster in 2026."
yeah.
Now,
Oh yeah, I can see.
Yeah, that's
with us having good reading comprehension skills, like I can tell that they mean the world's first multi-launch water coaster. Which, sure, yeah, but say that. Like, actually,
say what you mean.
Actually say what it means.
Yeah.
Actually
Say what you mean.
Yeah, like that reads as if the park thinks they have the world's first water coaster, which obviously isn't the case.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
yeah.
It is a strange way to.
No,
But the thing is, I don't know if you've seen any other photos of like what this attraction is going to look like at the park, but it looks quite fun. But these water coasters, you say you say, James, that like water coasters don't really do much else like anyway, like in any other in other iterations.
yeah, from what I've seen,
Yeah,
very
they're
just
meant to
meandering
be
for a
they're
bit.
meant to be themed around.
Yeah,
Which is why Journey to Atlantis at SeaWorld Orlando at the very least works really well because
See, that's the
it's a
thing.
good
The only one that I've done is Speed, which just has no
Yeah.
theming.
which I was fuck all
It is a
around.
park that has no theming. but
Yeah.
Very little of it. But
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
theme,
has
James.
no theming
The
in it.
theme is no theme. That's
The theme is let's
all the
randomly put a
imagination.
pyramid in the center of our park with no context, and it's
Yeah.
actually a 4D cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a hotel then, like Las Vegas.
No.
It's the
Not for
4D
me.
cinema. That's fair. That's
Rob,
fair.
do not mention Amazonia. I'm still salty about it.
Is that
What
the
happened?
the new
one that we
Rapids?
didn't get to go on.
Oh,
It's closed.
now that.
And it's indefinitely closed.
Oh
Dumb
dear.
one with the half pipe.
Yeah, no,
shit and the-
it's
yeah.
Intamin need to make like a shit ton of changes to actually make it safe and work.
When I first saw that Rapids ride, if anybody doesn't know, it's a rapid ride, and it goes round almost like a water slide. It's the only way of describing it. Like
Yeah.
It's pretty much a
water
Rapids on a water
slide.
slide. Yeah.
It's a Rapids water slide, and it has a
Yeah,
half-life element.
that's it. But then it goes into a themed element, and it just yeets down. Like just
That part's fine. That part's
Yeah.
the safe bit. It's the half pipe that's unsafe.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, see,
We
Mikhail, right, I'm glad you had that reaction because I thought exactly the same thing as you.
Yeah.
It must be that, right? That's
No,
what I
yeah.
thought.
So the issue with the half pipe is, depending on the loading of the boat,
Right.
it was going into it way too quick and ended up hitting the edge.
Okay. Yeah, I
It
did
would
see that as
come
well. Though.
down,
I did see
and where
that.
it's meant to come off the half pipe into the water, it'd be right up at the edge, and one of them did almost flip.
Yeah.
So
You don't
to
test
combat
these
it,
concepts.
no, so that was during testing. So to combat it, they put in brake pads. But depending on the loading of the boat,
They gave it trim.
they worked too well.
They trimmed the
And it
water
would-
slide.
They trimmed the water slide, but the brake pads worked too well, and it would just get stuck in the half pipe instead.
Yeah.
So then they tried adding in this like bar so that it can't come down at a wrong angle, and then it hit that bar too hard, and then it's just, yeah.
Mate.
At one point, it was they could only load 2 or 3 people into a boat.
Right.
That was the weight that would work for the brake pads.
Jeez, that's not good, is it? That's not good. That's going to take a lot of sorting out. I love the way they've tried, like though, just putting a bit of rubber on the pipe on the slide, and they're just gone. You know what? Let's just try this metal bar. See if this works. It's like they've just
There is a
turned up one day.
video
And
of them
it's back
testing
here
it with
again.
that metal bar, that big bar, and it hits it and just spins.
I did not know that. That's interesting. So
Yeah, Amazonia. Complete tangent there.
That's
wow,
funny.
yeah. But back to IAPA.
So yeah,
with
Mac announced their launched water coaster.
the world's first launch water coaster.
I would like to see that that concept get expanded upon in the realm of a like actually fleshed out themed attraction, because
Yeah,
that like the photo that I'm looking at, and I meant to send it in our WhatsApp chat, but just didn't have a chance. But yeah, like a lot of the layout is on water, like on
Yeah,
a waterbed
over
in the park. I don't know if you've seen the photo already. Like
Yeah.
the like
I'm
concept
currently
art
looking
ish. But it seems to be just a lot of like nice landscape, and there's not a lot of like specific themed elements to the attraction at all. So yeah, I would like to see that. Like it's a cool kind of concept to explore.
Yeah.
I would like to see it in the realm of a more themed up attraction.
Well,
and stuff.
imagine like a Journey to Atlantis, but halfway through, instead of you going down a little drop, you hit the launch, and then you go back into like what essentially is the dark ride section, and you come out again, and you know you could launch through buildings, you could launch through, and then into a different section, and then at the end you could have the grand finale with the splashdown and stuff. But it's definitely it's one of them. It's like everyone's going to go on Planet Coaster 2 and make it when it comes out. It's going to happen. There's going to be some mad like ideas. I think that's what's great though. Like when new things come out of the industry, like everyone who's creative and stuff, and on All Limits community and Planet Coaster and stuff, they'll go in there and just make it a million times better than what it could be. And it's mad.
It makes us all sad
you-
that we won't actually see them in real life.
Yeah.
Or you have like
That's the point where I've gotten to with these No Limits
Where
creations. Just like,
someone recreated
real.
Siren's Curse and gave us a POV of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Within a day, I was like, amazing.
It's like what Wolf did with Wrath of Rax. I can't say it.
Oh yeah, Wrath of something. That one.
Raka,
Rax-
the Wrath of Booyashaka.
Booyaka. Yeah. He's going to kill me for that. But yeah, back to IAPA.
Yeah, on the
I believe
IAPA announcements.
I believe it's still Mac. I'm going to show up Twitter here for Ghostly Manor, the new technology that's being used.
Oh yeah, okay. I know nothing about this. So
So this is Paulton's Park's new like dark ride, interactive dark ride experience.
All by the way.
And it looks so the way it's going to work, they'll have an onload and offload section, and it's a big rotating table,
There you go.
but the
Leave it
seats
there.
also pivot on that table, so you end up going through 8 different show scenes while passing back past the entrance and exit. You're just on the other side of the wall from the entrance and exit. It's really interesting way of kind of moving you around, just rotating the disc and then the seats at the same time.
It's a very, very clever way of doing a very small encased
and yeah,
attraction,
very
but
small
adding
footprint,
loads
but
to it.
having a lot of kind of throughput through it.
I mean, if you see how it spins, shows you there how it rotates.
full screen that? I can't really see it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I could do that. So you watch it,
Sure.
the screens and the scenes change on either side.
So and then you say 1, 2, 3, and then fill it back for 4 across
I
to
like that.
5, and then you flip back out around to 6, 7, and it's a really odd way of managing it. It looks like it works so well.
This looks really cool, and Paulton's
Yeah.
Park theme shit like really well. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I haven't been to Bolton's Park. but,
Neither
like,
have I.
seeing
I need to go.
pictures from it and
Yeah.
stuff like their new areas,
The
especially
new areas
from
look incredible.
Jacer. That just looks.
Do we know
stunning.
where in the park this is going? I asked that hoping that you'd say the area where Cobra is.
It's
It's
not going there.
going.
A new area, isn't it?
It was basically a field, I believe.
Yeah, it was a
behind-
field next to.
Yeah. On the left side of the park.
I think so.
Yeah, it's round by Cobra.
Yeah. That's where that's where
Carousel of
that's where they
Progress
need to-
Spooky Edition.
I love it.
Great, big, beautiful, spooky. It's
because because of how
Kinda, see that.
how much they've developed their level of theming integration and like land building and world building with Tornado Springs and stuff.
yeah, that's the name.
And because of the level that what's the dinosaur area where Flight of the Pterosaur is? What's that area? Lost Kingdom, that's the one.
Apparently, it's the old.
The
theatre.
left side of the park where the old
Oh.
log flume and Cobra, the Ghost Isle bobsleigh coaster, like that area sticks out like a sore thumb now. And
Never
then
mind, we got
that
wrong.
area needs developing / expanding. So
Apparently,
I
it's the
think-
old
Going there,
4D theatre on the right of the entrance. The Cobra area is for the 2026 Cobra.
oh, okay.
The
It's because
RMC.
I've seen them start working on the bit area near Cobra. That's why. I thought
Yeah.
it was
I thought I saw photos.
Yeah, we were having a go because we were getting rid of them.
Yeah, they
finally
got rid of the
buses.
very edge line.
Yeah, topiary. Yeah, the topiary. So
They
yeah,
have a very-
that's pretty cool. What do you think the coaster could potentially be?
I don't
It could be. It depends kind of what direction they want to go with it. Whether they want to stay in the family market or if they want to up the ante with like a family thrill coaster. I could see a Gravity Group, like small Gravity Group family Woody.
Yeah,
Going
because
there,
there was
something
the
like-
whole people were saying, "Oh, it's going to be a Woody, but have an
Yeah.
inversion," because they like flipped the logo and stuff. But which I could see them getting into with, because obviously you got like Peppa's Pig World and stuff, quite small, and then you have to step up, going through Lost Kingdom, then into kind of like Tornado Springs.
Yeah,
you're working your way up, and like considering Chessington have got Mandrill,
yep, an inversion.
a step up to having an inversion, it kind of makes sense for Portons to try and compete with that and have a similar step up, because they would kind of lose out some of the clientele there to Chessington, because it's not like they're not far away from each other. They're about an hour away from each other. So if you're in between them, it's just like, do I want to go to Portons Park, or shall I go to Chessington, where they have that step up?
It's
and
already a slightly more developed park.
Yeah.
Of,
Now, going back to
yeah.
IAAPA, James wanted to mention Flowrider. I mean,
Flowrider. I keep getting it wrong. Flowride.
Flowride.
Not Flowrider, Flowride.
Mark came ready for IAAPA this year. Jesus.
Mac have developed, using their Coastality VR system, a true trackless ride system that has kind of worked off the base that they used for Adrenaline's seats, basically. Their restaurant where you sit on a seat and it takes you around. But truly trackless dark ride, merged with VR, which I could see parks getting behind, because it gives them the option. They can go for a VR system and they can just chuck them ride vehicles into a big empty warehouse.
Yeah, I mean, like that there, they're probably experiencing something pretty cool in that little building.
In VR, you don't have to have much theming spent on it. But on the other hand, if you wanted to, you probably don't have to have the VR.
Yeah, the VR is probably optional.
Take these, what look like really actually quite nice ride vehicles, very open.
They look very roomy.
Easy for boarding and stuff.
What is it, 3 across?
3 across.
3 seats per row?
Yeah. 3 seats per row, 2 rows.
Yeah.
And like seeing Adrenaline's like management of the seats and stuff, I can see it working really well. Like Adrenaline, like it does its seat management so well in terms of regrouping everyone once you've moved, but you'll move through the showrooms in completely different ways. Like one person will fuck off over to the right hand side, someone's gone down a different corridor, and then you will kind of come back into a seated formation with each other. But yeah, Mac are just throwing everything at the wall, it seems.
Yeah,
they're like, let's
see what gets bought.
It makes sense though, for them to step up to come into the trackless dark ride market as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They haven't had that offering.
They do seem to be able to just do everything, like in terms of theme park attractions. So it's like,
I genuinely think this ride's a little bit of a statement like that. Like, oh yeah, we can do this. Like, there's loads of,
just because we haven't done it doesn't mean we can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of these VR ride projects or these dark ride projects require a lot on third parties to get involved with, like graphics and all that stuff as well. Yeah. And obviously Mac now have it all in.
Mac are able to deliver an entire project by themselves. They have their media company, they have their ride manufacturing, they have
their creative studio,
everything that they can do in. They have their audio,
like
music,
master planning.
Yeah, the music that's an interesting thing. Because
they've just released Voltron soundtrack on their web store. I didn't realize Voltron and their new area, the Alpen area, the music was made in-house.
In-house. Not Imascore.
Mac Creative. So I thought it was Imascore.
That's actually huge. That soundtrack is fucking sick.
Right?
That soundtrack is awesome.
So this is a
the Voltron one, I mean.
Of what would be a lot of work in terms of project management, going to lots of different people.
Yep.
It looks like Mac are trying to offer just come to us for your ride, give us a brief, everything is sorted. They will do the media for it if it's needed. They'll do the theming for it. They'll do all the soundtracks, and deliver the ride hardware.
Which is huge, because what other ride manufacturer can boast that?
Disney.
I don't know.
I don't know about Disney, because
that's true. Actually, no, because they do have a lot. Yeah. The only thing
Disney outsourced their collaboration. Outsourced to a lot of different companies.
Yeah, that was a bullshit statement by me. Sorry.
So do you.
But like the only thing I can see them potentially struggling with, not necessarily struggling, but it being a weaker spot with the attraction building thing is like how well in-house they can build all the theming and stuff if that's required. But I'm sure they'll get a project that will require that, and they'll go, right, we're not going to get these people to do this. We're going to try and do it this time, and then it'll just be. Then they can practically do anything.
I don't know how much of Voltron was outsourced.
No,
I know the animatronics were outsourced to. What's their name? The ones that did Lord of the Rings.
I can't remember now, off the top of my head. So what do you guys all think in the chat anyway about all the news coming out of IAAPA and stuff? There's lots of other stuff that we haven't covered, but it's all on.
Have you seen RMC are over there, and they're showing off a tweaked edition of their second gen iBox coaster train.
No.
I threw photos of it in the WhatsApp group chat, because I literally just seen them as we were recording.
Oh, right. Okay.
It doesn't look like there's too. I mean, I haven't looked at them at the photos that intently, but it doesn't look like there's too much different. But it seems like they have just tweaked like the floor of each train and like the side paneling, like next to the seats. The chassis like the actual train chassis and the wheel bogies look very similar. It maybe looks like they maybe tweaked the restraints a tiny bit. They still look very similar, but just the side paneling on the trains, on the seats, it looks like they've
there you go
basically tried to.
There you go. You can have a look now.
Save a bit of metal.
It looks more open, and
looks a little bit more open. I was trying to see if the seats were like different anyway. The seats look largely the same.
It looks cleaner. Looks like a cleaner, nice cleaner setup.
It was Veta Workshop. Veta
Workshop.
Veta.
Oh, who did the animatronics?
Animatronics.
Make it Veta.
Veta.
Make it better.
Good enough.
That is a nice train.
That is a very nice train.
It is nice.
It's a very, very open zero car as well. Like how much of
very open zero car. When you look at the last previous big zero cars,
I think that might just be have a look at our upgraded wheel bogies as well.
Yeah.
It will be. I'm thinking this is a concept, like, I don't know if you've seen like the same concept zero car and front train that Gravity Group have been showing off at the last few IAAPAs. Excuse me. With the like the ship on the front and like the like sea, like the fiberglass, just sea choppy ocean kind of front car. That's literally just to show off the train. I think this might be the same kind of deal where they've just made a concept train to show off the little improvements that they're hoping to implement on future trains and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll see this on an actual coaster, or we might. I don't know.
No, but on to our last news topic. If you guys have any questions as well in the chat, please do feel free to throw us some at us. But we're going to talk about Chessington's latest news coming out of the park. Attraction Source, shout out to Attraction Source. And this is what they've managed to find out. So Chessington World Adventures have begun a 2-week public consultation on current and new emerging projects, including 2 new areas featuring attractions such as major roller coaster. So this is the Wild Asia area, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think I did hear about this. I don't know too much about it, but
no, I don't know like a lot about it. I only picked this up because I think it's quite important because a lot of people who listen to this podcast go to Chessington, and you know, it's and we have really nice things to say about Chessington, about the theming, about the rides, and apart from the throughput, but like we all seem to respect Chessington's, you know, kind of legacy and like the theme park being, you know, having different areas and stuff.
It's a legacy park for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So this is like
UK community.
This is quite major, to be honest with you. Like following the success of Jumanji and Manjul Mayhem, like they're obviously on a high, and they just want to keep investing in the park, which is brilliant. But interesting here, you can see a coaster track.
Yeah, so the plan for that area, you can see that the glamping on the left-hand side, which did only have temporary planning permission up till 2025, is proposed to be removed to give a bit more expansion room. Cobra, it looks to be like that is going to be retained, but it's being moved further up to the edge of the site into the glamping area.
That's really strange.
Monkey Swingers is looking to be removed.
Yeah, it's not there.
Which is unfortunate because that is actually quite a fun ride.
Maybe they'll relocate it. Maybe they'll just relocate it, James. Maybe it might just relocate it somewhere else.
New indoor ride, and some new land portals and entrances.
Oh, it actually just said there, repositioning and rethemed Cobra.
So rethemed as well. And obviously a big building with a coaster track sticking out the side of it.
Yeah, very Crush's coaster.
Chessington potentially getting another coaster.
Hopefully better than Crush's coaster.
Hey, don't. I've not got the creds yet. Every time I've been, the queue's either been like 4 hours or it's been shut.
We will be getting it.
60 odd days we're going. We're getting on Crushes. But yeah, that's a really cool.
It's very. I love the fact that they are planning on having the ride come out of the building.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Having it fully indoor.
Yeah, and the
very
Cobra.
reminiscent of what's that one?
Which one? One in Ferrari.
Yeah, Mission.
Oh, Mission Ferrari.
Yeah.
Kind of the way that comes out of the building and goes around.
I'm probably liking it more to that than Crush's coaster, actually. Now that you
to be fair, you're probably right. Yeah, Crush's only like goes a little bit outside.
I doubt it'll be the same ride system, but in terms of
yeah. I mean, it's a big building, huge.
That is, considering they're pushing Cobra up to the side to make that more of the centerpiece.
Kind of blows my mind a little bit that because Cobra's that's like the focal point of that area. Yeah.
And they're
they're going to retheme it too. Because it's got the really striking Cobra structures like on either side, right?
Yeah. There's some sort of tower. Like it looks like there's towers next to it from the side profile. But yeah.
Now, I am actually really interested to see what they do with the wild, because I've when I went to Chessington in 2021, I really liked that Wild Asia section. It was probably my favorite area of the park, just because of how natural it felt.
It was one of the more fleshed out areas.
Yeah,
like when they rethemed it from Beano into Wild Asia.
It's
But
like it reminded me of Animal
again,
Kingdom. Like,
now,
in
but
terms
with
of
its
that.
proximity to
Yeah, definitely.
Jumanji, you can tell it was an older area.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
it's
it is
but-
starting to look very dated
Yeah, perhaps.
compared to Jumanji, which Jumanji has its faults. It isn't like it's got great theming, but it's not.
Oh, it has its faults, all right.
It's not the like most cohesive and great, but
Right.
in terms of how fresh and like because they're saying it's Project Refresh and Renew,
Mm.
so
Oh,
they
that's
want
good then.
to bring it up to date and make it not look dated.
I mean,
And yeah, that interestingly, the side profiles you can't see it from outside the park, basically.
Mm.
Yeah. that building is fucking huge.
They are using the tree. Sightline
Wow.
very-
Yeah.
The size of a forest, that building. That's ridiculous. It's cool, man. It's really cool. I'm very, very excited.
But yeah, on top of that, Chessington not only potentially working on Wild Asia, they did previously submit permission for a water park, which they are still doing public consultations at the bottom of this page about,
Where's it, the
but
park?
also this area where Scorpions Express is. They are planning on converting it into a children's zone and having like a My First Coaster. So whether Scorpion Express will be removed and replaced with another coaster because they're struggling with getting it back open.
Yeah.
To say the least.
It's not been operating for a few years now. But yeah, bringing that kind of little children's zoo area to life because that part is pretty dated looking.
Where's the Mexico, that little Mexico midway, like in relation
that
to that
is
highlight?
next to that, basically.
It's
literally
next
right.
to
So
yeah.
Rattlesnake is just opposite.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I
So
understand.
that's kind of like the little Mexico area there. And then you lead in through Croc Drop and stuff, which I still haven't done.
I haven't done that either. Like, I've not been to Chessington for ages. I've not done Mandrill. Like, I've not done loads of stuff.
You've got a lot of coasters to come down and doing this.
Mate, that's why coming down to ride just Hyperion is such a problem. Like, because I've got, while I'm down there, I've got to do everything. That's
To be fair,
yeah.
I've got 3 creds to get at Legoland
4 years. Yeah, in the last 4 years, there's been so much.
And the 2.
Yeah, legit. So it's a problem. But yeah, no, the water
Especially
park,
if they're just gonna spring routine maintenance on you out of fucking nowhere. For
Right.
Hyperion.
Yeah, yeah. Routine maintenance after the ride's only been open what?
Well, not even that. It was like scheduled routine maintenance mid-season when they have 5 months of off-season to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
this
the
water
water
park
park plans,
beautiful.
like it. I really hope that they do get to do this.
Yeah,
'cause
me too.
It's like the hotel is great, but it's lacking in offering of something to do in the evening.
Yeah, because the park shuts so early. Yeah.
The park shuts quite early. It's not like Towers. You have the water park, you have golf, and you do still have a bit of access to the park for Roller Coaster Restaurant up until like 10 p.m. So there is stuff to do, and they've got all the entertainment. I think there is entertainment at Chessington Hotel, but I don't think it's to the same offering.
It won't be to the same degree, will it?
As what Towers do. But yeah, having a water park there it would be quite a big draw for local community as well, I think. If they don't want to go to the park, if they can get a day ticket into the water
And it's the
park.
closest,
Yeah,
it's the
that's a
closest
very
thing
good
that,
point.
it's the closest thing that Merlin has to an like resort potential down south, right?
Yeah.
I continually
moment,
forget
yeah.
that Towers is 3 hours north of all of Merlin's southern attractions.
Yeah.
So like if
Yeah,
they
it's a
if like
3.5 hour drive from me up there.
you probably have a lot yeah, exactly. Like there will be a lot of people in the south of the country looking for like a resort to go to, you know.
Yeah,
for
if
a
they
long
want to
weekend
stay
or however long.
relatively close to home, not
Yeah. Exactly.
hours.
Without having to travel 3.5 hours up north for it. Not that Tower's in the north or anything, but
where you can just like drive like 40 minutes
yeah,
to Chesterton.
Yeah. Especially with,
because that's the thing, even with
touching down in a few years' time.
Yeah, they're gonna
like Legoland, while they've upped their offering of like accommodation with the new cabins and stuff, there still isn't much on site to do in the evening.
No.
So
it's kind of the problem with like Towers offer like a bit of entertainment and stuff in Splash Landings, and in the hotel at least they do something,
Yeah, like Towers has that option. Like the water park's open okay hours. It probably could do with staying open a bit later.
Or they should do like a later special occasion.
Because like the water park, I think tends to close at about 8 o'clock usually, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Whereas like I'm off to Europa in a couple of weeks, and we're doing Rolantica. We're doing an entire day at Europa Park. And then doing the Moonlight ticket, which is 7 till 10 p.m. in Rolantica.
Yeah. So you're getting, you can
do an entire day of stuff and still then have somewhere to go and chill.
And not only that though, you're spending money during the day, and then you're still spending at the same park at night. Like they're making dollar with that. Like,
are you staying at what's the hotel called? Chronosaur?
No, so we're not staying on site.
All right.
Because my manager was actually talking to me about like trips and stuff, and it was just like, oh yeah, we priced up Europa Park, and it was just like there's like 5 of them.
Stupid.
And he was just like, oh yeah, we could like stay on site for a week for $1,000, and I was just like, are you sure you priced up Europa Park? Because I priced up 3 nights for 2 people. And it was $1,000 to stay on site. Turns out he was talking about Efteling.
The other big one.
So like staying on site. I would love to do it because their hotels do look really nice. But I wanted to keep the amount of trips I've done this year and still am doing afterwards. I kind of needed to keep the money down a bit of it, considering park entry alone is quite expensive at Europa.
Yeah. I'm stoked though. My next trip's going to be Towers and then Disneyland Paris. So like, I'm really excited.
I don't even know if I'm going back to Towers this year still.
Yeah. Well, I don't know officially yet, but I should be.
Rob says they are great hotels. I can confirm. All right, mister. Money bags over here.
Cool. That's cool. Well, yeah. Well, I think
CT over
here. Yeah.
I'm joking. Very much joking.
I think that's going to do it for tonight's show. Then, thank you guys for tuning
just
in.
on the topic of just before we wrap up, just quickly going back to RMC at IAAPA, they did release I can't even call it advertisement. It's fucking dire, man. The
was it the 2 little pop-up banner things for you?
Well, yeah, one of them being for the dueling RMC Raptor at Wallaby Holland, which just looks like somebody put together on Microsoft Word. It doesn't really show anything. It just looks like color vomit on a fucking pop-up poster with a bit of checkered flag like imagery on it. Like basically said that they confirmed it's going to be a family versus thrill coaster. I don't know if you have the image, Luke, but like I have it in the WhatsApp. Europe's tallest, fastest, steepest racing coaster. Most inversions on a single rail coaster. First family versus thrill coaster in Europe, which, I mean, what the fuck does that mean? Taron and Rake got built like 8 years ago.
I
know it means like actually
because
like
they are going to
together
be dueling
and stuff.
racing together.
But again, say that.
Yeah.
Say what you mean.
Say what you mean.
Because Rake and Taran just share some of the same area. They don't.
Yeah. And then Europe's first Raptor coaster, which is
that one's
a very cool thing.
Is it that you're on about?
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking just that doesn't it doesn't get me excited for anything in particular. It just.
To be honest, I just love the distinction though, because it's like you got a family, no inversions, and then the frill just goes, have 6.
Yeah.
It's not just 1 or 2, 6.
Very good point.
Exactly. And then the fact that it says
zones.
The fact that it says racing mode on the family side, but not the thrill side. Huh? Isn't the whole thing, and it isn't the whole the crux of the whole attraction that they race each other?
Yeah, so they kind of, because the thing high 5 zone means you need 2 trains next to each other.
Yeah.
So they both need to race for them to be in the high 5 zone together. And then Top Gun inversion.
What is the point in saying Top Gun inversion when you have 6 inversions in the same list?
Yeah.
Or at least you could. There are so many better ways this could have been done. Just show an image of the Top Gun.
I feel like
an image of the Top Gun inversion. Then you don't have to redundantly put it in the list of elements on the ride, and you actually have a visual to lead people's imagination of the attraction.
Yeah. Have an overview of it. I feel like that was not put together by RMC themselves.
No, it definitely wasn't. That's
very
miswording on my part.
not gonna lie, that is very Wallaby.
Yeah. No, it is.
It is very Wallaby.
Very Wallaby Holland specifically as well.
Yeah.
Because
I slate it. Wallaby Rhone Alps, their promotional stuff has looked amazing, especially Mahuka.
Yeah. And I still love the advertisement and promotion that Wallaby Belgium did for Conda as well.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Wallaby Holland just doesn't seem to have got the memo.
But yeah,
here's our resource pack that you should use for doing promotional stuff. Nah, word art.
That's definitely going on one of them pop-up banners in
it is. No, it is.
Way.
Yeah, it is on one of them pop-up banners.
It's the same freaking size, aspect ratio, and everything of it.
That's what it was in IAAPA.
That's what it was, I think. Yeah.
Oh, someone took a picture. Oh, okay.
They literally had it on a pop-up banner.
Yeah.
At IAAPA.
I get it. So, chat, have you got any questions or anything? Are we all good?
I will say, I
this week.
don't know if you've seen any recent photos of the layout.
Just a couple of
layouts taking shape and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said this to a couple of people I spoke to about it as well. I wouldn't be surprised if enthusiasts specifically ride both and end up preferring the blue side. Because the green side does look just inversion after inversion after inversion from what we've seen at the moment anyway. And now we've got confirmation of it being, because there's from what they've built already, there's an overview of what looks like the bulk of the space that the whole ride area is going to take up.
Yeah.
And you can already see 3 inversions in it on the green side.
Wow.
And now you're telling me they've got another 3 to install still? It looks like the green side is, well, without knowing what the rest of the layout is going to look like, it looks like the green side is going to be just inversion after inversion after inversion. And you know how Fuji's are, it's airtime over everything.
Picture that I'm seeing here, which is big inversion that comes down, and then you lead into an outbank.
Yeah.
Which lines up with just a normal kind of overbank for the blue side. So you actually snap out and then back in on the green side to do the high 5 moment, whereas the blue side is a bit more tame, just a standard little over.
I'll have to see how it looks, and hopefully they'll put a. Have they done a render of this yet?
If they have, I don't think we've seen it.
I don't think I've seen one. So hopefully that'll we'll be able to break down the layout a little bit more once we get more information on that. But it's an exciting time. It's a lot of news, man. We've just talked about news for an hour, and we can't usually do that on here. Usually it's like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. But it's
it's like how we talked about doing it like a few weeks ago.
yeah,
Like being able to pack an entire episode of news like this, and then like have our other conversational topics like take the bulk of the time in like episodes in between that and stuff. I kind of like that format.
Yeah, speaking of which, though, guys, if you're listening to this on playback or you're watching this again after the live stream's finished, get in the comments. Give us some ideas for some topics to cover as well. We want to create.
Yeah, what do you guys want to talk about?
So, what you want to talk about? Yeah.
We're pretty good at coming up with topics, but sometimes it's like none of us have had the time to think about what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
and we know we have to get together every Wednesday at 8, but it's like we don't know what.
It's so easy to get just caught up in everything else that we do in the week.
It really is, especially with VTO at the moment. Jesus Christ, we're proper ramping it up for our Halloween Patreon event, so that's like been proper priority at the moment.
Yeah.
And work in general, like it's just crazy. Life's just crazy. It always is this time.
One thing I will say, I will be able to next week, if we do a show next week, I will be able to talk about my updated thoughts on Silver Dollar City.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna be there this coming weekend. I'm flying out to Kansas City on Friday. Gonna have a few hours with a good friend of mine, James Larson. I was about to say World of Fun.
That's a long flight.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly to Kansas City and then teleport to the Netherlands. I'm landing in Kansas City like in the evening. I'm gonna spend a few hours at Worlds of Fun, getting back to that park, which I last visit thought was extremely average. I'm looking forward to giving that park a second chance and getting some night rides on a really like a GCI roller coaster that I really enjoy, Prowler. That rode really, that was the one ride there when I went that I was like, holy shit, this is actually really fucking good. So I'm looking forward to getting night rides on that. And then also Mamba, their Morgan hypercoaster. Apparently, not even apparently, it's been confirmed. But like within the last couple of years, it's had a complete overhaul of its control system, and it's still currently running trimless and running well, trimless on its mid course. So apparently, it's given like dumb good rides, like really fast, really just flying through the mid course, giving like crazy good airtime and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that rides and like forming an opinion on that and stuff. And then just seeing the park again, and just seeing it with hopefully more of an atmosphere, with them being in their Halloween season now and getting to see it at night and stuff. So that's gonna be really good.
Spooky season.
It is spooky season.
Yes, it is. I don't really know what they're doing in the ways of like
mazes and
they do their like Cedar Fair or Six Flags now. Does their Halloween haunts at their Cedar Fair parks. I'm not really sure what Worlds of Fun like has in store there, but it'll be fun to see. And then Silver Dollar City is one of my favorite places on the face of the earth. So
I'm excited to get back there with your camera as well.
I cannot. I have so many plans in terms of like the photos that I want to take and like photo sets that I want to like just experiment with across the weekend and stuff. Like, I've wanted ever since I went to Silver Dollar City for the first time in 2019. I've wanted to return, and it has proven damn near impossible to do so every year since I went there. So to finally just be saying fuck this, like I'm making this happen by any means necessary.
Yeah.
To finally be doing that, it feels good. It feels really good. So that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be insane, like to get on Outlaw Run at night. Again,
yeah,
not even again. Like to finally get night rides on Outlaw Run.
That drop looks insane at night. Like,
dude,
like it falls forever.
From what I've seen, and it's looking like it's going to be like a super quiet weekend as well.
Oh,
so like I might get some rides on it.
Yeah.
to go over that drop and just get swallowed up by the Ozark like forest and stuff. Like, oh, it's gonna be so fucking good. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, man.
And then Time Traveler as well. Time Traveler is like obviously it's nowhere close to Ride to Happiness, but like it's still a very, very, very fun ride. Like,
yeah, I bet it is.
I mean, so awesome. That drop out of the station, considering they replicated that drop on Ride to Happiness by doing the top hat.
Yeah,
that was the design element. Was we want that drop, but we don't have the height.
Exactly.
So
well, let's get it up to that height first,
yeah.
and then drop it off.
That's
cool. That's gonna be awesome. And yeah, that's gonna be mate.
So I hope we're back next week, and we might have a full squad as well, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this show, guys. If you have, please give us a big like. Make sure you subscribe as well. Let's try and get to 500 by the end of the year. That'd be amazing. That'd be so good if we could do that. I mean, we don't need to, but it'd be really nice. It'd be really, really cool. And like I said before as well, please do give us some topic ideas in the comments for this stream, or just on socials as well, at Chain Dogs on X and Twitter. So yeah, just shoot us some tweets, and we'll try and get back to you and come up with some ideas. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned to Virtual Towers' social media. That's all I'm going to say. See you in a bit, guys. Bye.
Bye.